I can almost hear you right now. You're saying, "Oh, there he is." It's been a while, obviously, since I took the time to light and do all the things that I used to do on a regular basis. And that's for a lot of reasons, but mostly it's because it's been a while since I've been alone in my own space. Um, Inspiration hits me at different times of day, and most of the time it's very early in the morning. And when you're living with someone, it's hard to get up at 3:30 or 5 o'clock and tape a vlog, record a podcast. But when you put your mind to doing something and you know it's important for you to do it, the human spirit is so resilient. We always find a way. We find a way. The people who give up, the people who give in, they really don't want to. They have stood on the precipice and looked over and said, "This is just too hard." And even in your giving up, you always feel like you let yourself down. Now, I know a lot of people are making decisions based on what they think other people are going to say about them, whether it's going to be they're too ambitious or they think there's so much and so high and mighty and all of that. Or they may say, well, of course they can do it because look at the resources they have available to them. Look at who they know. Look at what they've already done. And so they have a roadmap to get back there. But I wonder if we give people too much credit, because I know some success, as much as you planned for it, as much as you were ready for it, it kind of just happens. And we take credit for a lot of things that we're just not that smart about. We stumble into places and then we pontificate about it as if we knew exactly what we were doing. I'm not here to call anyone a liar, but I'm definitely here to tell you there's always more to the story. So before you take off running and say, "See, I told you it couldn't happen like that. Look at his success. Look at what he did." Before you believe that, I went through so many synonyms in my head just then. Before you believe that bullshit, let me just tell you right now, you need a little bit of God luck on your side. You really do. I am recently able to step into a part of my life that I have always dreamed of doing, but I never thought I could do. I've had a vision of a sacred space where people could come and regenerate in their spirits and figure out not just the who, but the what and the why, and then move back into their flow of their lives and make a difference. And I call that place Eden Dust. I always thought it was attached to having land and then building little small bungalows all over the place and then getting on the phone and saying, "Eden Dust is open for business." But what's been happening in my silence, in my absence from this, has been the very thing that I thought I came on this planet to do has started to take root in a way that I even didn't recognize it. I did not recognize my own vision, and I was in the middle of it. Now, I know you might think that's impossible because we wait so long for things to start happening for us, and we dream of all the ways it possibly could happen. So how could something sneak up on me like that I had not recognized until I made a simple decision to trust. Now, here's what I did. If you've been following me very closely, you have to remember that a couple of months ago, there was an attack on the apartment next door to me where they tried to blow it up. I kid you not, they literally tried to blow it up, burn it to the ground, raise this whole block if that place had exploded. I have that apartment now. I have that apartment and I have this apartment. I'm blessed enough to rent both of them, which means I can control who lives there from this day forward. But control is a naughty word. I want to bless people who need to get off their posteriors and get started with doing the thing that they were put on this planet to do. And sometimes in order to do that, you have to leave your life. You have to step away from everything you think you know and be someplace with someone who says, now you can do this, and I'm going to show you how. And be willing and humble enough to go through the process of transformation. So, with that acquisition of that particular apartment, I now have the ability to take someone out of their environment, bring them here, and work with them. And when it's vacant, I can do it again. And when it's vacant, I can do it again. And sometimes I might be able to put two people in there at the same time if they're compatible. Eden Dust has finally begun. And it all happened because I changed my mindset. I changed my mindset about what it needed to be versus what it's always been. You know, even this was Eden Dust, and I didn't know it. I thought I was just talking, but I hear from others all the time of what a blessing I am to them for telling my truth, for speaking up, for speaking out. I have a life that I dreamt of. I was growing into it the whole time. It's a beautiful thing. So today, I promise you, if you change your mind, if you create a new mindset about what success looks like, what it needs to look like, I think you'll achieve some things that you didn't think you could achieve. Because as much as you want to blame it on resources and genetics and all of those other things that we love to point to and say, well, they're successful because they believed they could be. And they did everything in their power to become the very thing they believed. And you're doing the same. Today, let's get a better mindset.